Canon EOS Rebel SL3 250D Review, a winner for beginners with inbuilt guides to show users around the camera and image effects reachable from within the camera itself. Decent stills resolution and 4K video make it suited for photography newcomers that want to shoot a bit of everything. The Canon EOS Rebel SL3, also known as the 250D outside of the US, is a beginner-friendly, entry-level DSLR camera that performs exceptionally well across the board in all kinds of photography. It's perfect for portraits when paired with an appropriate lens and has eye autofocus that helps photographers keep the focus on subjects, but is equally adept at shooting landscapes and even astrophotography when utilizing its wide 100 to 25,600 ISO range. Inbuilt user interface aids and creative effects set this camera apart from the rest of the Canon lineup, supporting beginner photographers every step of the way. Its vari-angle touchscreen is versatile and helpful in all shooting situations. There's a reason this excellent APS-C crop sensor Canon appears on our best cameras list and in our best beginner cameras guide. Not sure if the Canon EOS Rebel SL3 is right for you? Perhaps one of the best mirrorless cameras might take your fancy. But to find out if the EOS Rebel SL3 is the one, read on. The first and most obvious advantage of the lightest DSLR in the world is its compact design. Small and chunky, it has elegant curves which reach around the front of the camera body, which feels like it gives a nod to the higher-end cinema cameras that Canon also produces. It has a legitimate high-end DSLR feel thanks to the relatively deep hand grip and solidity of settings dials and shutter release button, though it's not too big to fit into smaller hands either, making it ideal for younger children to use. Because of the space saving that Canon has had to do on this small DSLR, there are some areas in which we felt the design could be improved. For instance, it seems that in a bid to drop the height of the camera, the connection ports on the side of the camera have been split left and right. The external remote release port and 3.5 microphone port on the left of the camera sit in the familiar location, but the mini HDMI and micro USB ports are over on the right, frustratingly sitting smack bang in the middle of where we put our hand to hold the camera. Though, arguably this shouldn't be too much of an issue because if you're tethering or shooting to an external monitor, it's likely the Rebel SL3 will be mounted on a tripod anyway. For budding photographers and videographers that need something small and light, the EOS Rebel SL3 is a great contender. Shooting stills photographs at 5 FPS, the camera can keep up with most of the action as kids whiz through the garden or hobbyist motorsports events. Of course, it'll never compete with the likes of the EOS 5D Mark Roman 4 or the EOS 1DX Mark Roman 2. But for its demographic it's perfect, though we'd like the buffer a little bigger as we found the camera chokes up after 8 shots. A usable ISO range spanning from 100 to 25,600 is useful for low light shooting and particularly for astro, though due to the inherent issues with crop sensor cameras including high ISO noise, it may struggle to perform taking clear astro photographs. Astro is certainly doable though, with the aid of noise reduction software. The standout features come in the form of guided UI and creative assist modes which make it simple to operate the camera without having to crack open the manual. Guided UI is actually incredibly helpful, not just for the photo uninitiated, but for anyone picking up this camera for the first time. It displays helpful diagrams and descriptions for menu items as well as camera shooting information on the rear screen. Day to day, the Canon EOS Rebel SL3 is a remarkably easy to use camera that doesn't disappoint when it comes to image quality. The vari-angle touchscreen makes it easy to shoot in awkward positions, whether trying to capture images from above the heads of a crowd or down low at the flowers in the park. Camera settings can be controlled on the rear screen or via the buttons on the body. Day to day, the Canon EOS Rebel SL3 is a remarkably easy-to-use camera that doesn't disappoint when it comes to image quality. The vari-angle touchscreen makes it easy to shoot in awkward positions, whether trying to capture images from above the heads of a crowd or down low at the flowers in the park. Camera settings can be controlled on the rear screen or via the buttons on the body. Dials are suitably textured for easy control in all weathers, and the rubber grip around the hand grip feels safe in the hand. But we do wish there was some kind of texturized rubber on the other side of the body, instead replaced with more of the smooth plastic.